Today, we're journeying to a sacred site in Deogar, Jharkhand that really challenges our idea of what a temple can be. See, it's not just a place of worship. For centuries, it's been known as a divine hospital. So we're going to explore how history, faith, and a powerful myth all come together to create this place that's believed to heal both the body and the soul.
So let's start right there with that central question. What in the world makes a temple a divine hospital? Local folklore has called the Baidyanath Temple this for ages. It's a place where prayers are genuinely believed to cure all kinds of ailments. And in this explainer, we're going to figure out exactly why.
To really get a handle on the temple's reputation for healing, we have to go way back in time. Because its power isn't just spiritual, it's actually rooted in a really long and surprisingly resilient history. So, let's start by digging into its ancient origins. What this timeline shows us is that the temple isn't some dusty relic, frozen in time. Not at all. While its origins are mentioned in ancient texts, the building we see today was mostly built between the 8th and 12th centuries. From there, it just blossomed into this huge pilgrimage hub in medieval India. And even today, it's still being carefully looked after. It's a living monument, constantly changing through the ages. And this right here? This is kind of the secret to its survival. The temple's grandeur wasn't the work of just one person, but a massive collective effort across centuries. You had early dynasties, local kings, wealthy landowners, and now even modern government trusts. Every era has invested in this sacred space, making sure it didn't just survive, but actually thrived.
Okay, let's switch gears and look at our next lens. A temple's location is never an accident, and let me tell you, Baidyanath is no exception. Its physical setting is deeply, deeply tied to its spiritual significance. The temple was very intentionally built on high ground, so it rises above the entire landscape. And this isn't just for a dramatic view, it's symbolic. It turns the temple into a beacon you can see from far away, a physical symbol of its spiritual importance that basically draws pilgrims toward it like a lighthouse. And the natural world directly shapes the pilgrimage. The crazy heat of summer, the cleansing rains of the monsoon, they each offer a different kind of spiritual challenge and atmosphere. But it's really those pleasant winter months that are considered ideal, when the journey itself can be just as peaceful as the destination. All right, so we've looked at the past and the place. But what is it actually like to visit Baidyanath today? Let's shift to our third lens, the modern pilgrim's experience. The temple's pulse is just electric during its two biggest festivals. First, you've got the Shravan Mela, this incredible month-long pilgrimage where millions of devotees carry holy water over huge distances. And then you have Mahashivaratri, which is a more focused, intense night of personal devotion, fasting, and ritual. Two very different vibes, both incredibly powerful. And to really wrap your head around the scale of this devotion, just look at this number. Over 1 million people. That's how many devotees make the incredibly tough journey on foot during the Shravan Mela, every single year. It's a staggering, almost unimaginable display of collective faith. So if you were to walk through the complex with me, our journey would start at the sacred sanctum, which is home to the Jyotirlinga itself. As we move through the space, you'd see all these intricate stone and wood carvings that really bring Shiva's legends to life. And finally, you'd walk the parikrama path, this sacred route for walking in a circle that's lined with smaller shrines to other deities. This brings us to our final and, honestly, most important lens, the spiritual core of the temple. After all this time, why is this place still considered the home of the divine healer? Well, the entire identity of this place is locked right inside its name, Baidyanath. It literally translates from Sanskrit as Lord of Physicians. And this isn't just some poetic title for Lord Shiva, it's a declaration of purpose. For believers, this name means that anyone who comes here is entering the domain of the ultimate healer. And what takes its power to a whole other level is that Baidyanath is one of only 12 Jyotirlingas in the entire world. A Jyotirlinga isn't just a symbol of Shiva. It's believed to be a point where the god himself literally burst forth from the earth as a column of infinite light. This makes the temple one of the absolute most potent and sacred sites for millions of followers. The origin story is just as powerful. Legend has it the demon king Ravana, who was a huge devotee of Shiva, was granted the Jyotirlinga to take back to his kingdom in Lanka. But the other gods, terrified of the power he'd have, tricked him into setting it down for just a moment, right here in Deogar. And poof, it became permanently stuck to the ground. The temple marks the exact spot of that divine intervention. So, After looking through all these different lenses, history, geography, pilgrimage, and faith, a really complete picture starts to come into focus.
What we find is this incredibly rare convergence. We've got a history defined by survival and support, a geography that physically lifts up its spiritual presence, a modern pilgrimage that is just a breathtaking display of devotion, and, at its very core, a powerful myth centered on the divine healer. It's like all of these paths meet in this one sacred place.
And that leaves us with one final question to think about. In our fast-paced, modern world, how many places can you think of that so completely weave together deep time, unwavering human faith, and the natural landscape? It's a pretty powerful combination. Thanks for exploring this with us.